Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! It's raining again. We got a letter from Hamlet. Yo, Steven, thanks for the birthday present. You knew exactly what I wanted. I'm pumped, so I got you a little something for your fitness routine in return. Sweatily yours, Hamlet. And another letter from Hamlet. A worthy rival, Steven. I've decided to share with you my morning warm-up routine with you. 3 sets of 973 sit-ups, 3 sets of 776 push-ups, and 3 sets of 640 squats. Usually do way more than that, but it's a good baseline. Yeah, there's no way I could do that stuff, my man. I did do more exercises today than I normally would do, and I feel pretty good about it, too. Like, it feels nice, like, I'm feeling really good. But, yeah, I don't think I could do that much. I'm nowhere near that level. Like, I did, technically, of standalone squats, I only did like 50 today, but I did 30 of a kind, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but it's basically ones where you, at the same time as you're doing the squat, you also have a dumbbell in each hand, and you push them up when you rise up. Like, so I did that, so, you know, that's something. So, I technically did, like, I did 80 squats today, which is pretty nice. This was spread out. It was basically, you know, set of 25, and then I did the set of 30, so. I did pace myself. My legs feel fine. I'm basically, like, experimenting around with different, like, exercises to see what I have room for doing is the main thing. So, like, you know. Glad you're here. Glad I'm here too, Diva. There's this old lady who hung out on the park bench when I was a kid. She kind of scared me. One day I finally said hi and she started talking, and talking, and talking. And it was dark. Anyway, long story short, if you have a question about dentures, I'm your gal queen. That is fair. That is very fair. Trying to really, like, think through things. Also, I need to, like, clean up flower paths today. Naomi's here listening. Why, Steven, thank you for saying hello, boy. What's the latest? There are things you want to do and things you have to do, but don't forget to do nothing now and then. That is very fair. You know what, well, Naomi's right here. Let's have our concert. Nice to be appreciated. Are you ready for the latest toe tapper from Toonsville? I'd love that, my man. Cool. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite. You can just tell me how you're feeling, and I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to KK. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. Yeah, I'll pop down here next to Naomi. Get on, tune up, ready to roll. Little KK Synth. Ooh. I like KK Synth. I'm gonna end up putting my umbrella away, aren't I? Yeah. Of course I am. Can't have the umbrella out while it's raining during the concert. KK Synth is pretty nice. I suppose I can talk a little bit of something I can talk about that's not, like, exercise related. I played, like, the first probably, like, half hour to an hour of Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and, like, it's a thing that if you like Tiny Tina, it's probably a pretty good game. If you're just kind of on her, like I am, it gets kind of annoying pretty quickly, but I imagine once I get past, like, the very beginning, it's gonna get less annoying because the characters will probably be talking less. Like, because a lot of it at the moment is, like, Tina explaining things to you. I'm basically still in the tutorial. So, like, you know. And, like, Tiny Tina is one of those characters much like with the rabbits, they're really kind of charming and funny when you first see them. And then the company behind them literally ran them into the ground so that they are some of the most obnoxious creatures you're ever gonna see. Like, that's just kind of where they are. And some people might disagree with me on that with Tiny Tina. It's fine. If you can like her, it's fine. I'm not saying you can't. It's just that's how I view her. Is like, she was charming and funny when we very first met her in Borderlands 2. And then she very quickly just became obnoxious and annoying when they started shoving her into everything. Gave her her own expansion in, I think it was Borderlands 2. And it's like, I don't like that. I do like KK Synth though. Wonderful performance as always, KK. It's great. I went from watching one music source to another. It's great. So I just finished watching 8-Bit Drummer's stream. It's his 10-year streaming anniversary. So, right now, man, I give you pockets of glance. Lift you a boot of the show. That was like unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial my direction. No problem, man. Come pop this in our radio and have that be our town tune for a while. I know this isn't the town tune, but you all know what I mean by that. KK Synth. And I will be cleaning up the flower paths today. I was kind of thinking of working on the campsite, but I don't think I'm gonna work on it today. But yeah, if you're in the mood to watch just a happy, fun stream, the day this video, the day this video goes up, it's Saturday. You can head on over to either the YouTube channel, The 8-Bit Drummer, or twitch.tv/The 8-Bit Drummer, and have yourself a good time. He'll be live when this video goes up, so have yourself a good time, have fun. Like, it is a really nice time. And hey, and you guys will probably see me in the chat occasionally as I'm saying random things. I mean, it's usually in context to something that he's talking about, or the chat is doing. As an example, a bit of a highlight from today was he left at the end of a stretch break to go use the washroom, and chat seemingly just randomly decided to unionize. I even don't know what was going on. They all just started shouting our chat, and that's just how the chat went. And I basically just made the joke that chat has unionized as he got back, and it was great. 8-Bit Drummer streams are nice. It's just a happy, fun time. Let's pop in and see Serrano. See our boy Cilantro. If Serrano asks me for a catchphrase, I think I'm gonna give him Cilantro. You see another brave solo here in this mess, Squeak. Let's stop. You know what? I don't understand fashion, Squeak. Like, remember those hats that are half the size of your own body? Yeah, they're probably just blocking the sun, but how can you see where you're going? Squeak, I guess some folks would say I can't see where I'm going anyway. I mean, in general with those hats, like, the brim does tend to stay up above a bit, and, like, usually you're just tilting your head up a little more so you can see where you're going. Like, you know, big sun hats. They're pretty nice. Don't know if I'd ever wear one, but whoops. Honestly, this grass doesn't really fit to be here anymore, but, like, Naomi might want some cat grass. I don't know. So what did we get? We got a pacifier. Is Hamlet calling us a baby? We got him exactly what he wanted, and he's calling us a baby. I see how it is. I think we have 2 town villains now. I think Ed has competition. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that one. Hamlet over here calling us a baby. I should get to the Able Sisters. They should still be open because I have Night Owl, but We still don't have overly forever to go see them. Gotta see my girls. Yeah, like, Tiny Tina's Wonderland so far, gameplay-wise, it's Borderlands. It's just Borderlands, only it has random encounters, which is a thing, I guess. Oh man, Balatro dress. I might have to buy the Balatro dress. Let's see. What do we got? There's only one color of it too, and it's a really nice blue. I do really like that. And then I could have this as well. Matching blue. Heck yeah. More blue? No. I mean, it's not blue, but it's teal, and I really like teal. Yeah, I could go with those. More blue? No. I'd wear these, though. Yeah, I'm just going full blue. Ooh, this is the same blue. I gotta go with the slip-on loafers. Because they're like the same blue. I mean, these are close. They just have some darker blue on them. These look better. Full out blue? Yeah, why not? I'm going blue. You want some blue? I got blue. Look at all this blue. Hello, Sable. I'm wearing blue today. Making your usual rounds, Steven? Or is this a special visit? Not that you ever need a reason to visit your favorite hedgehog shopkeepers. Nope, I never need a reason. Because I always enjoy visiting you two. I have also been playing more of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy Collection. And man, is it wild being back playing Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, basically every one of those games, at least the early games, because I've only been playing through the early game of a lot of them. I haven't sat down to, like, hammer through, like, one yet. It's basically just, you really want to optimize your deck to have the absolute highest attack stat monsters you possibly can get. That can be normal summoned easily. And then you just punch your opponent in the face, get them on heavy defense. Ooh, I think we have all the colors. So that's nice. A lot of orange, I think. Well, they'll be the ones I have the most of. Yeah. Yeah, that's orange. Orange, green, white, and that'll be yellow. So yeah, we got all the colors. That's pretty cool. Because of the rain, we're getting a lot of pumpkins, but that'll make up for our turnips being absolutely garbage this week. Which is a thing of, like, no morning section, because, like, I've already come to the mental realization of I'm not making money off of my turnips this week. So I may as well just take the last possible price. It's my fault for not selling them earlier in the week, so when I coulda and shoulda, but didn't. Alright, well, we got C-Pass. You know, as someone from a country that doesn't use letter grades for things, that joke kind of seemed like, is C plus good? Is just C good? I don't know. We use numbers. It makes sense. Howdy, hang out as long as you want. My salsa is your salsa. Watch out, my man. Neat, you're wearing an adventure dress. So good on you. It does. I'm glad you agree. I thought he was going to give me something. You know, I don't need some random letter that could be any number of different grades. I just had a number that said what my grade was. For instance, I had I believe it was 71 in grade 7 French. Because I was graded on my ability to paint the teacher's nails, not my ability to speak French. Yes, really. I can't speak French. Grade 8 and 9 French, my grades were literally 50s. Mostly because the teachers just did not want to fail me. They should have, but, you know. Steven, you're looking pumped, Hammy. Let's talk. We need to talk about this thing you sent me. Great day from some cross training. It's also a great day to never call me a baby again. Man, I'll end you. Just bury you nice and good. Hello, Gala. Evening to you. Don't you love an evening walk, Snorty? Chat? Let's make today our best day ever. Indeed. But, yeah, like... So yeah, today is the day I'm going to be picking off all my produce. There's probably gyroids in the ground too, and I just haven't found any of them yet. Which is going to be a problem, because I'm already pretty full up on stuff thanks to the doubling up of pumpkins. And all of the other produce is going to end up doubled up as well because of the rain. Well, it'll be doubled up next time I'm harvesting. Yep, there's a gyroid. I mean, I could put a gyroid up here somewhere. At least this will just be one stack of stuff, because it's just 9 carrots. Yeah, like, Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! Is wild. Especially just the number of monsters where I'm just like, this is worthless. Like, this is not gonna be useful for anything, and then my opponent plays something worse. That one, like, screams. Okay. Ed can be harassed by gyroids. They're the ones manning the cannon. I actually should organize them like that. I might. Okay, Flurry is not home. She's just outside. So happy to see you, Powder Puff. Let's talk. Sometimes nighttime can feel lonely, so I'm glad I ran into you. Aww. Honestly, once upon a day, I would very much disagree on nighttime feeling lonely, but, like, this is something that's probably gonna sound weird, but I feel like I never used to feel nighttime was lonely, just because, like, it was the time I could actually be alone with my thoughts. Like, I wasn't, you know... I had no obligations to be, you know, on call with someone and, you know, not really be allowed to have my own thoughts. So, you know. Not have to be constantly worrying about somebody, you know. But now that I don't have anybody in my life, yeah, I mean, nighttime's a bit lonely. Though every time is a bit lonely. That's just how, you know, everything kind of works when you've got nobody. Because, like, I can't help but worry about people I care about. Like, so even if the person's, like, fine, I'm still going to be worried about them. Though, I mean, my now longest relationship that ended last year, like... Well, my longest relationship kind of thing. You guys know what I'm trying to say there. Like, with that relationship, like... Did I already find the money rock today? Or did I not bonk the rock behind the museum? Or the one in front of the shop? I don't remember. Might not have done the one in front of the shop. Like, I was constantly worrying about that person. Like... It was so bad to the point where if I got a random Discord message, it was probably going to give me an anxiety attack. Like, I bet you headed over when you smelled what I was prepping, didn't you? Curious about what it is? I am. Right now I'm prepping some frosted pretzels. Recipes from this so-called influencer that I'm not jealous of. I decided to put my own spin on it. Want my recipe yet? Of course I do. Popstar's recipe. Heck yeah. Wait, you already have this recipe. Oh, give this copy to a friend. Spark a whole new trend. Blah. And yeah, like, over time, I've gotten better. I don't have a panic attack the moment I see my Discord light up with a notification anymore. The sound still bothers me to a degree. It's not as bad as it used to be. It's getting better. I'm getting there, slowly. It is taking a lot of time to get over that anxiety. Yeah, it's this one I didn't hit. But, you know, I am getting there. Honestly, looking back, that should have been a pretty good sign to me that what was going on wasn't healthy. And like, I've reached the point where like I don't overly care about talking about stuff like that. So, like I will probably talk a little bit about things like that without overtly naming the person, you know. But like it was not good, and I know they seem to think I was the problem for some reason. I still don't fully grasp, but you know. It definitely doesn't help that in breaking up with me, they didn't really explain anything, you know. Which I know I've mentioned before, but if you're ever gonna break up with somebody, and you know why you're doing it, just tell the person why. Like, it gives the other person some closure, you know, especially if you're not going to interact with them at all in breaking up with them, you know. It gives them some closure. So that's YouTube, Rooster. Having my coffee. Though I've already had my coffee for today, but I actually have some cleaning I need to do tonight. And I need to get that done before it gets too late, because I'm going to be bringing a dresser down the stairs, which is going to be pretty loud. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to want to record too long today. I'll clean up the flower paths and gather up the rest of our produce, but I don't think I'm going to do anything else today. I think I'll work on the campsite tomorrow. Especially where I'm going to need to, like, move some bamboo around, as well as, like, actually, like, map out, like, where I want the campsite to technically, like, the campgrounds to be, basically. Like, we have the campsite, I want to build a campground, kind of thing. But, yeah, it's definitely not been easy, and I can see now why I dove back into a relationship as fast as I did, which was also undoubtedly a mistake. I was not in a mental place to be dating anybody. But, like, that loneliness creeping in, you know. But hey, someday I might find someone else, or I might not. It's gonna basically just come down to that other person approaching me, because, like, I have such major self-confidence issues, and I know it. Like, I don't have the ability to approach somebody. I just don't. Like, I could think they're the coolest person ever, and I'm not gonna want to talk to them because I feel like I'm bothering them. That's just how I've been forever. Like, I don't generally talk to many people at all because I feel like I'm bothering them. And I don't like to bother people. Like, you know, the whole golden rule and all that. Do unto others as you want others to do to you. I wouldn't exactly want someone to just be bothering me all the time. Because, you know, in a lot of ways, as I've been told by a few people, I am too nice for my own good. I will, even if, you know, someone is bothering me, I will sit and stay with them. I'll talk with them. I'll do things with them. Even if they're bothering me. you know, even if I'd rather be doing anything else, I'll still do it, because, like, well, you'd hope someone would do that with you if, you know, you were bothering them, but at the same time, I don't like bothering people, so it's like, I just try not to bother people. That's in general just how I go about things. And, like, I know I'd have, like, the few friends I have would probably be like, no, you're not bothering me to message, and it's like, yeah, but I feel like I am. And with a lot of them, it's a case of, like, there's only one person I could probably message right now and have a conversation with that wouldn't just randomly stop. Or, like, that they wouldn't just, like, not reply if I messaged them. Alright, so what is my turnip price? 90! That's actually not terrible. I'm not losing many bells. Okay. The boys be being nice. I mean, I'll take it. I'm selling this pacifier. We own one. It can go. Nice deep fryer. Can make some nice poutine with that. But yeah, like, which is, that kind of fuels my feeling like I'm bothering people, is like, when I message them, and then just, like, I don't hear back. And there's one friend I have that I understand why I don't hear back, and it's they're busy. Like, they work, they have a life, I don't. It's fair, it's fine, I check in on them every now and again, we have short conversations, it's nice. I truly appreciate them. They're actually been a long-time viewer, so, you know. But, like, I just don't like bothering people, man. I forgot that we're living in, like, a mossy field. No, I wanted to... Okay, that ain't gonna work, Chief. Well, I mean, it will work. I just need to, like, be more careful about picking things up. But, like, I'm kind of hoping that, like, maybe while I'm out playing Pokemon Go at some point, I'll meet someone and become friends with them or something. I don't know. Maybe just chilling at the park. There's a place around here I kind of want to go to that's, like, a novel cafe. Like, for, like book novels. Like, you go to like, read books and stuff. I kind of want to start maybe going there? Maybe? I don't know. Life be weird, man. Because, like, I feel like the best place to meet people is, like, online. But, like, I'm always worried that I'm coming on way too strong trying to be friends with people online. So I just never message people online. Like, I just want friends more than anything. Like, just having people to regularly talk with, you know. Which, in a way, is a little ironic, because, like, when I was with my ex, like, I basically only ever talked with her. Part of that was because she probably would have been quite upset if I was talking with anybody else, because the times I would be talking with other people early on in our relationship, she'd get quite upset that I wasn't spending that time with her. So, you know, definitely not toxic behavior. But, like, back then I barely talked with anybody, and now I'm, like, actively trying to be, you know, talkative in communities I'm a part of. So, you know. It's nice. I mean, I'm definitely still very, like, antisocial, and, like, I have a very limited social battery, but, you know, when it is charged and I can use it, it's pretty nice. There's a few people in the 8-Bit Discord I've ended up talking with a few times in just the voice channels, so it's pretty nice. Namely around Final Fantasy XIV, but still. Like, it's been rather nice. Like, it's the kind of thing I've really been needing. And like, I never really particularly realized I needed it, kind of thing. Because, like, as you could probably gather from context from the video I made a while back of talking about me, I've generally always been a bit of a loner. I've never really, like, sought out friends. I've never really sought out, you know, really anything. Like, I had my literally 2 friends, and I was kind of content with that. It was basically only when we started drifting apart that, like, I started going even more inward. And, like, I'm still really glad for the anime club. It was a super cool thing. Caroline! Who it is? Rambler! Nice to see you here, Squeak. I want to chat. I stopped in today because I had a feeling there might be a bargain waiting for me. Now I just need to find it. This deep fryer seems like it'd be probably a pretty good bargain. Deep fryers are pretty cool. Can make a lot of stuff in them. Can make fries. Can make hot dogs. Can make really just put anything. Like, if you can fry it in oil, you can deep fry it. You can make fried chicken. It's pretty good. You can make fried ice cream, however that's done. I've never done it before, but I hear people like it, so, you know. Yeah, like that's more or less just how I've kind of always been. It's just like, I don't want to bother people. I'm good with a small number of friends, and like, as I'm getting older, I'm like, man, I wish I had more friends, you know? Part of me does wonder, though, how much of that is me actually wanting friends, and how much of that is me missing having, like, a friend group to be a part of, and not, like, actively being properly friends with everybody there, but, like, trusting the people in that friend group, because, you know, they were all friends, you know. I feel like that's more what I missed, but it could just be I actually miss having those friends, you know. It definitely, you know, there was definitely a few times, and there will be many more times like this, where, you know, I would be talking with them and my anxiety would take over, and I would simply be unable to shut up. Because, like, I know I've talked about this before, but, like, that's basically how my anxiety works. I have 2 modes. Will not talk, will not shut up. There is almost no in-between once my anxiety starts taking over. Like, I'll either talk your ear off, or I won't say a word. But that's only really when my anxiety's taking over, so, I mean, you know. Man, it's been a while since I've done a video where I've just kind of rambled about my life, hasn't it? I'm usually talking about games and stuff. I can't think of one recently where I've went like this long just talking about me and what's going on with me. I think it's because I'm feeling good from having done the exercise earlier, like. I wish I could remember the names of the various exercises I was doing, because, like, I don't remember them. So, like, I can't be like, these are what I did. I literally was, like, on basically, because of what I want to change about myself, is, like, my gut. So, like, I was basically on websites clearly designed for, you know, women having insecurities. It was a lot of clearly lighter exercises, but I'm fine with that. Like, a lighter exercise just means I can do it longer, you know? Like, I have no problem with doing a light exercise for a long amount of time instead of doing a strenuous exercise for a short amount of time. Especially where those strenuous exercises generally, like, they're gonna take more equipment. And it was basically just running through things of like, here's how to burn away belly fat. So like, you know, because that's what I'm trying to get rid of for the most part. Right, boys, I don't actually need you directly. I need the cupboard. I know one of the things that would probably help with that is just simply getting, like, better fitting clothes. Because, like, the picture I saw of myself a while back and was like, no, I don't like that. I was wearing a super baggy shirt. And, like, I definitely looked a lot fatter than I actually am. But at the same time, like, that's how I see myself, is wearing these clothes. So, you know, if you know, anyone's ever like, you're not fat. It's like, the way I see myself, I am. I want to fix that. And part of that's going to be getting a better fitting wardrobe than what I've got. I can't do that for my lower half of my body, but I can do that for the upper half. Like, the way that my lower half rests, I cannot wear snug clothing without causing problems. So, you know, that's as obvious as I can get. I don't want to get more direct, because I do like these videos being more or less open for anyone who might want to watch them. Because I just want people to be happy, man. And, like, if watching this can be helpful, relaxing, chillaxing, then, you know, that's all I could ask for. It's partially why, like, I have my various language rules for, like, streaming and stuff, which I have broken myself. Some days, especially when I'm first waking up, my language filter has yet to turn on in my head, and I start talking like a country boy, you know? Especially a country port boy, you know? Where every other word out of your mouth is the F-bomb, and, you know... It's definitely an experience growing up in the country, in a port town. Because, like, that's basically just how everyone talks. It's, you know, F this, F that. How you effing doing? Like, it's just such a common word that, like, quite honestly, if I didn't have other creators I watched that are like, yeah, that's bad language, I probably would have never known particularly. Like, it's a word that, you know, my mother was never a big fan of any of her kids using, but at the same time, though, like, it's such a common word that everybody used that, you know, and we didn't use the frick variant, we used the hard, you know, the actual one people don't use online generally, because YouTube demonetizes it. Which, from what I understand, I imagine that is much the same for New Yorkers, if I understand correctly. Is like, which, I mean, New York is basically an entire state that is basically a port. So, you know. It does make sense. Make some suits. Okay. Let's see here. Let's start working these flowers along. I wonder if it's like that for, like, any other part of the world, where, like, there's a word that, like, you would not use outside of the context of the town you grew up in, kind of thing. Because again, like, it's the F-bomb over here. I know for Australia, it's the C-bomb. You know, see you next Tuesday. And they use that word as a term of endearment, and, like, yeah, the F-bomb's kind of like that for at least where I grew up. You know, you use it more or less a term of endearment more than anything. But, yeah, that is going to be it for this one. I'm going to plop my butt down here right next to Naomi. And that's going to mark the end of this one. So with that, I thank you all very much for watching. And let's have KK play us out into the end card. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow as I buy turnips again. See you all then. And now in this end card, I would like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It helped me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.